Welcome back, gardeners. It's really great to have all of you along with me here on a return episode of our garden journal here on the Urban Gardener. I'm Enoch, and it's time to get growing again. So we got a lot of things going on here in the garden over the last several weeks. Been doing a lot of work and getting a lot of projects done, but I just haven't been getting the camera out and filming a lot of that stuff, other than just a few things here and there. But it's time to get back and showing you all what we've got growing on here. So today we're going to harvest up our hardneck garlic that we've got growing in the back alleyway. We've got a bunch of that growing back there, and over the last couple of weeks I've harvested up some of our elephant garlic that we have, and also some of our soft neck garlic. So we've got that already harvested up already, but we've been waiting on our hardneck variety because we just got to cutting off all of the scapes just a few weeks ago. So had we let those scapes stay on the plants over the last couple of weeks, they would have just gone straight up in the air and produced, similar to most other alliums, a flower bulb, a nice round bulb that would eventually produce these bulbils, they're called, and they're just kind of small, mini cloves in a sense that you would get started. And you could plant those out and grow garlic from those, but it takes a couple of seasons in order to get the nice sized bulbs that you're looking for when you're planting out your normal garlic bulb cloves. And now that we've taken those off and allowed for the last couple of weeks now, about 3 weeks of extra growth on these, they're going to allow those plants to form a little bit larger bulb. So they get a little bit extra growth after you take these scapes off. So that's one of the reasons why we've had them back here and waiting for the last couple of weeks in order to pull them out. But now you can see most of those bottom leaves there are all brown and dried out. And that's a good sign they're ready for harvest too. One of the things you can think about too is that each of these leaves kind of represent a layer of cover on that garlic bulb. And so as those dry out, so do kind of those layers around the bulb to protect the bulb as we're getting ready to pull them out of the ground. So let's get to pulling these out and check out how well our garlic grew this last season. So all right, let's dig in here and see what one of these garlic bulbs looks like. That's not too bad. I mean, I really would like to have gotten a bigger bulb here. So let's dig in here and see what all the rest of them look like. So, all right, not too bad of a harvest here. We've got a lot of garlic bulbs in all different sizes. We've got some good decent sized ones, plus some kind of small ones as well too, especially as we got towards the end of the strip there in the alleyway. Those ones must have got maybe less light or something there. So they were just a little bit smaller, but all in all, not a bad harvest at all. We are going to have a ton of garlic and also plenty to save seed from for next year. So hopefully we'll grow even bigger ones next season as well. So there we go. We've got our garlic harvest all put on this kind of like table I've made with hardware cloth and a couple of boards that I have here. And that's just to kind of get some airflow up around underneath and all around these bulbs as we want to cure them over the next week or so. We've got a pretty dry, warm climate here and it's summertime. So what we've done also is found a good spot where we're going to get some good shade. So the sun's not going to hit this spot of our carport here, and that'll ensure that each of our bulbs won't get sunburnt, because they can get sunburnt. And if you don't have a spot that's got good shade to keep them out of the sun, find a place inside a shed or maybe in a garage or something like that where they can sit for a couple of weeks and cure. And that's just going to basically, you know, form and dry out the outer shells of the garlic. In about a week or so for us here, I'll be able to just cut those down and then we'll go ahead and store them in our storage. So as well as the garlic that we planted in the alleyway spaces this last fall when we were planting out our cloves, we put some inside our 5-gallon water wicking buckets. So we've got a soft neck variety here. You can see the stems have fallen over, plants have pretty much died back. They're definitely ready to come out of the ground, as well as some of the hardneck variety that we just dug out of the back alleyway space. So let's pull these buckets out and see how big of bulbs that we've got growing in these 5-gallon buckets. So all right, let's dig in here, see how our soft neck varieties look. Got a lot of leaf mulch there. We'll just kind of loosen around down inside the soil around the, let's see if we can't loosen those up there. Oh yeah, there we go. Pretty nice one there. These are our soft neck variety here, just a variety that we get from our local grocery store in our organic section. And then I take the biggest cloves from those, and that's what we sow out in the fall. Another great idea for obtaining some cloves for growing in your garden would be to go to a local farmer's market and get the varieties that you can find at your local farmer's market there, because those are good varieties to grow in your area. Because you know, if the farmers are growing them, then they're definitely good for you to grow in your garden. All right. Oh, that one's a little tiny one there. But yeah, all in all, we've got a few good bulbs there. Not too bad for growing out of a bucket. Now let's pull out these hardneck variety here. So all right, we've definitely had better luck with our hardneck varieties in past seasons using our 5-gallon wicking buckets here. But this year could possibly be the space that I put them in, which was a little bit different of an area of the back patio that probably got just a little bit more shade than what we needed in order to give these the proper light that they needed. Or it could very well just come down to the soil that we were using. I just basically used a bucket that we had on our back patio, and I didn't really replace it with anything. I didn't feed it with anything. So I don't know, maybe the nutrients were already drained from this bucket before I planted in it. But definitely could have gotten some better results for sure, as we have in past seasons. But we'll still cut these up anyways. Another thing I want to mention too is I'm not washing any of these either. I do live in a really nice warm dry area where if I did clean them off or whatever, they could dry off really well, but washing them can get a lot of water up inside of the bulbs, and if that doesn't dry out as you want these to dry and cure, then you could get some really bad mold issues and things like that that'll develop inside of your garlic bulbs. So recommend not washing them, and then just let them dry and cure naturally. So all right, there we go. We've got all of our garlic all harvested up, and it'll be curing again, like I said, over the next week or so, and then we'll cut it up and store it away and then get ready for growing our garlic out this next season, which is just a few months away, as fall will be coming up here next, as it's already summertime already. I can't believe it. The year is flying by really fast. And we're really getting all started here to start working on our fall gardening as well too. So it's good to be thinking about fall time right now, as the summertime is just really kicking in. That way we're going to be ready to get all of our fall gardening going to this year. That is a big goal of mine, is to be on top of it this year and make sure that we get our fall garden growing. So we'll have a whole bunch of different things that we'll be seeding out and getting ready as we're pulling and harvesting things from our garden during this time of the season. I want to thank you all so much for following along with me and giving me such great support over the last month. Again, it's been a really difficult time dealing with sort of the issues that we've been dealing with. And again, check down in the description below and you can see some of the videos or the live streams that we had over the last month. Kind of describe some of the issues that we've had. But the one thing I want to say, is that garden is a great place for when you're dealing with such tough struggles, and that's one of the things I've been kind of focused on over the last several weeks, is really just kind of getting some work done, being out here in the garden. I do apologize to everybody that I haven't been able to get out and take the video camera with me and get some of the things covered for some of our videos, but we'll do some catch up here real quick. Is what I'm planning on doing is doing a summer garden tour. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around, we're going to take a look at everything that's growing in the garden, see where we're at now, catch up with a few projects too, because there's some changes on our alleyway garden I'm excited about sharing with you. We've got some changes here in our back patio area as well too, as there's a lot of things that have kind of changed since we've last had a good garden journal video. I'm just really excited about sharing with all of you guys some of this stuff that we've got coming up here real soon. Again, working on our fall crops, continuing to grow and take care of and maintain all of our good summer crops that are growing right now. So we got a lot of things to show you, a lot of things to coming up here. I'm going to put out some little side videos on a couple of different things I wanted to show you, and a couple of like quick short videos I want to try out and see how well those work out as well too. So we'll have a whole bunch of things coming up here, just a re-gearing and a restart to all of our season here right mid-season. It kind of isn't really fun to have to kind of stop what you're doing on one project and completely start working on other ones, but you know what, we're going to make the best out of it and we're going to share it all with you guys. So really look forward to seeing you guys here real soon. Thank you so much for subscribing down below there, hitting that like button, and also get down in the description too, there's a link to our Facebook group, the Let's Get Growing gardening group there. It'd be really fun to have all of you join along with me there on our group. So we'll see all of you on our next video. That was quite the buzz. That bee gave me a nice flyby right there, George. You see that? Well, I guess I got a ladybug now too. Yeah, you just stopped by for a second. Yeah. Which means that we've got to harvest our garlic. I waited for a while too, man. I waited for a while for them to get done with that. Let me go check and see what that's about.